friend, Roger Christofferson here again with another first listen review. And this is one that I wanted to get like months ago, but I did not want it on vinyl, so I waited until it came out on CD, which it just did, well, tomorrow. But I got mine a little bit early, and so I'm going to babble about it. I'm talking about Def Leppard and their release called One Night Only, live at the Leadmill. And basically what this is, it's like a place in their hometown where they grew up that I guess they always wanted to play when they were younger. And it's kind of the place where they got their start, I'm guessing. And they actually played this on May 19th of 2023, which was a year to the day after the release of their previous album, Drastic Symphonies, or geez, now was it Time Star Halos? I'm getting my facts mixed up. Somebody correct me. But the main thing is I'm talking about this album here anyway, and it was like released as a record store day exclusive. It was filmed. It was like just this live stream that they did from there. It was just supposed to be like a little intimate little thing, and you know, of course, with all these record store releases, you see this happen a lot. They release it more openly later on, and I was kind of hoping that's what was going to happen, because I don't know, I used to collect vinyl when I was younger. Really loved vinyl. I've kind of gotten away from that. I still have a lot of vinyl, but I really don't find myself pulling out and listening to it very much for whatever reason. And you know, I just really want to get this one on CD, so here we go. I got it, and I'd heard some of the stuff before. I'd gone on YouTube and watched a couple of the videos, and I thought it was pretty cool. I liked the way it sounded. So I kind of knew what I was getting. There's actually, I wish they'd release what they did at the Whiskey, because that was, I watched some of that too, and I thought that was like a nice little intimate little thing. And you know, even though we've heard these songs like I've heard it probably hundreds of times. Def Leppard's one of these bands that really got me into music when I was young. I mean, Pyromania came out when I was really young, and it's just one of those bands and albums that made me want to learn how to write songs and play music. And I've just always loved Def Leppard since then, so I just really pay attention to everything they do. And this has a lot of songs from, well, not a lot of songs from back then, but it's got a good mix of songs, and some of them are from back then. That's one thing I liked about this, was the mix. And the feel of this is a lot different than any of their other live stuff, because most of the other live albums they've released officially have been big, you know, arenas and you know, big, huge stadiums and stuff like that. Well, this is the furthest thing from that. Just a few hundred people, and it has that intimate feel. Like, we've heard these songs before with more, you know, I don't want to say more energy, but more production, and just it's a different energy. And this is more of a fun feel to it. It's funny, I can even hear it in the guitar playing. Like Phil, when he was playing like the big shows, he has developed this vibrato on his guitar, and he just over accentuates that stuff. And I'm sure a lot of that has to do with adrenaline. And it sounds tamer on this one, just like he's more relaxed and chill and just having more of a laid back feel to it. But it kicks in with Action, which is a cover song of the band Sweet, in case somebody doesn't know that. Sweet was one of these bands that they really looked up to when they were young. I remember just Joey always talking about how he looked at Sweet, you know, and T-Rex, and of course Mott the Hoople, and you know, bands along that. So they've recorded this, I think it was on Retroactive, if I remember correctly. But their version of it's really cool. I actually like their version better than Sweet's. Which is funny, they go from that into Fire It Up, which is a brand new song. I don't even know if that was released as a single or not. I don't remember it being released as a single. And then back to Let It Go. So they're bouncing all over the place in here. Of course, we get Too Late for Love, which is, you know, was a big hit off of Pyromania. The one that was kind of surprising that they played was Excitable. That's just was never released as a single or anything like that. I remember that intro to the song being used a lot in the promos for Hysteria, and like in the Round in Your Face. I remember they using that a lot for the promos. It's like took me back in time. I just remembered all those promos and that stuff. And then they jump back to Mirror Mirror, and they even throw Slang in there after that. And then back up to Kick, which was like their newest single off of Diamond Star Halos. In case no one even knows, I know a lot of people are going to know this, but Diamond Star Halos is taken from a TRX song, which I'm sure a ton of people know, but there may be a couple out there that don't know that. I just thought that was a cool title. But, and then, back to Bringing On the Heartbreak into Switch 625, which they do play that a lot live. It's an instrumental track that I actually really enjoy, and I don't usually enjoy just rock instrumentals, but that one's one that I just think has a really cool vibe to it. And another cool thing about this album is you get to hear Vivian playing all these songs, even though they did that, back when they did the Dead Flatbird bonus thing. I think was it the Vegas. I think that was the Vegas one they did that on. There's so many, I actually get them confused sometimes, but he's been playing with them for quite a few years now. So we've heard some of these songs, but some of these are not ones that they play a lot. The thing I liked a lot on this one was the Hysteria, which for whatever reason, I have always really liked that song. I know it's really kind of basic, and it's not the hard rockin' one, but for some reason, just the vibe of that song I've always really liked. And the way they ended it on here was a cool little extra added thing I just, didn't expect. So I kind of like that. And it went right into Pour Some Sugar on Me, which of course we've all heard more than enough. That's one of those ones I could have lived without hearing on here. It's just one of the songs I've heard so many times that, it's still a fun song, but I didn't need another version of that one. But I really thought it was cool. They, Joe told a little story about Steve Clark there, and then they went right into Wasted, and that's just kind of how it ended. High energy. It was fun. You could tell they were just really enjoying themselves, and Joe really sounds good on this album. I know somebody said it was tuned down a little bit, but whatever. I don't care. He still sounded good, and if that's what they got to do to give us the quality of what we're used to hearing, then so be it. I don't have a big problem with that personally. Some people might. I don't. And this is just one of those ones I really enjoyed listening to. This is I just never am disappointed with anything Def Leppard puts out, quite honestly. Some stuff I like better than others, but I'm never bummed with anything. And this I really enjoyed. I was glad that I finally got the chance to get it. The production's really good. Guitars sound great. The bass sounds really good on here, really, really good. And they took their time with the mix on it. The production's really good. That's what I'm trying to say. So overall, pretty happy with it. So if you were questioning whether you should get this or not, that's kind of my take on it. I'm glad I got it. So anyway, if there's anybody out there that's has any other input on this, they've heard, please. It helps if you actually have listened to this, if you're going to make a comment on it. I've had a couple of people comment on things they haven't even listened to. It doesn't really make sense at all to me, but, if you've listened to it and you think it's cool, make some, recommendations to people. If not, and tell us why you don't think it was all that great, but I did. So anyway, like, share, and subscribe. Keep this music alive, like I always say, because I really like this band. I think they got a lot left in them, and I can't wait to hear some more. And until next time, we will see ya.